Good morning, beloveds, and welcome to Celestial Sundays here on Shady Pines Radio. I am Moonlit Brit, and I want to first extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for tuning in. It means a great deal to me that you choose to spend your Sunday mornings here. Also, happy autumn! The autumn equinox just took place, and the weather here in the Pacific Northwest definitely got the memo because the rain is here. This is a good thing, especially with the fires that have been raging. So yes, bless the rains and much gratitude to the heavens for this much needed drink here. And while I am very sad that summer is over, I'm embracing the fall vibes fully, feeling the pull to bake and make homemade soups. I was thinking about doing like a fun recipe exchange with all of you in regards to your favorite fall foods, whether it's a pumpkin roll, your grandma's apple pie, a hearty stew, your favorite bread recipe, whatever it is. Let's exchange some recipes. I think that'd be fun. I will post mine on my Facebook page, and I would love for you to share yours in the comments of that post. Speaking of which, are you following me on Facebook yet? My page is called Celestial Sundays with Moonlit Brit on Shady Pines Radio. If you ever want to give a shout out or a dedication to someone, or maybe you have a song or topic request, you can hit me up there and I will do my best to get that done for you. If you're not on Facebook, that's okay. I'm on Instagram too under Moonlit Brit. I also take requests, suggestions, or questions at my Gmail, which is celestialsundays@gmail.com. So shoot me an email, give me a like and a follow, and let's be friends. So, guess what else happened aside from the autumn equinox? Virgo season came to a close and it is now officially Libra season. Yes, the sun is in Libra and it is time for those beautiful scales to shine. Though my sun, moon, and rising sign are not in Libra, I do relate to them a lot because I have a Libra stellium. We talked about what a stellium means in a couple, what was it, the second episode of Celestial Sundays. And a stellium means that there are 3 planets or more in one particular sign in your birth chart, or you have 3 different planets residing in one house. So my Mars, Saturn, and Pluto are in Libra, so I have a Libra stellium. So today I wanted to talk about Libra as well as chit chat about spiritual balance and the current retrogrades that are happening as of right now. I'm going to be playing music for that for the most part that goes with the theme of weight, balance, scales, etc. Because if you did not know, Libra is represented by the scales. It is the only sign in the zodiac that is not a person, animal, or half animal, half person. So I find that to be very special. Another interesting thing about Libra and the autumn equinox. Autumn equinox is the time of year when the light of day and the dark of night are the same length. It's the perfect balance. Both the hours of the day and the hours of the night match each other. The seasons are balanced, which is perfect for Libra. So it's a very cool time of the year indeed. But before we start getting into Libra too much, I would like to play some music for you. And I can't think of a better song to start out our Sunday than a song about the weight, right? Balance, scales, Libra. So here is the band with their song, The Weight. Okay, welcome back. First, you heard the band with their song The Weight, then Led Zeppelin's song Your Life, and then that last song was one of my all-time favorite tunes, a 3-song melody from the Beatles album Abbey Road, the first being Golden Slumbers, then Carry That Weight, followed with their song The End. Okay, so let's talk Libra. Libras are first and foremost the 7th sign of the zodiac, and their dates range from September 22nd to October 22nd. They're an air sign, and they're the cardinal sign of the three air signs. The other air signs are Gemini and Aquarius. Being an air sign means they are thinkers. Being thinkers, especially ones ruled by the scales, can be troublesome though. They're always balancing each aspect and weighing out the options and the variables, which means Libras can be very indecisive. But because of this, they're also incredibly fair minded and objective. The scales that rule them keep them keen on being impartial and unbiased. They try to see all perspectives, especially if someone else is venting to them about someone else or a situation that they're not directly involved in. But they're also staunchly dedicated to justice and what is right and fair. I mean, hello, they're the scales, right? But while they are objective and nonpartisan, they are also incredibly charming. In fact, they're quite famous for their charm. It is one of their strongest traits. It makes them incredibly easy to like. Plus, they are renowned for their exquisite taste. They look good, they smell good, and they do their best to always have their look on point. Libras are ruled by Venus, the planet of romance and beauty, so this comes as no surprise. And speak their side of the fulcrum, right? When we're talking about scales, there's one on this side, one on this side, right? So one plate or bowl holds an object of unknown weight, while unknown thing or weights are added to the other plate or bowl until static equilibrium is achieved and the plates level off, which happens when the masses on the two plates are equal. Are you still with me? I basically just described weighing something on a scale. So anyway, this is a perfect symbol for marriage and union and relationships. So Libras are happiest when in a union with another, and they will lose their own equilibrium when they're alone. Love can be tricky for Libras though, because they can be so indecisive. They either may make a declaration of love a little too quickly, which can kind of freak some potential partners out, right? Or they may be too slow to decide if they want to be with that person and take too long and weighing out everything, which can leave their potential suitors feeling frustrated and they might leave. But when they do find someone that they do well with, it's a beautiful union. Being as how Venus is their ruling planet, the planet of romance, beauty, and money, they love to love. So it's natural for a Libra to be in a relationship. What else do they love? Luxury. Libras are all about the aesthetic, and the most elegant, refined, or luxurious, the better. They love the fine things in life and enjoy surrounding themselves with such beauty. And like I said, they're typically quite beautiful themselves. They're also known to let money slip right through their fingers because they love to get all the pretties. They see something beautiful and they must have it. It's like, ooh, sparkles, must have, or ooh, beautiful, I have to have that. So the money issue isn't about being obsessed with the actual money note or having a lot of wealth, but with being so in love with things. They love material things. So here are some fun facts about the beautiful scales, our lovely Libras. We've got, let's see here. I had to grab my little notebook that I've got here. Some fun facts about Libras that I thought I would share with you guys. Let me flip back to my notebook. Okay, so their opposite sign is Aries, which is the cardinal sign of the three fire signs. The fire signs being Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And Aries is the opposite of Libra in fire. Their dominant keyword, Libras, is I balance, which is oh so true. So their lucky day is Friday, which is not surprising because Friday is the day that Venus rules. And as we mentioned, they are ruled by Venus. Special colors. If you're a Libra, this is something that you might want to consider. Colors that are good for you are blue and lavender, the colors of romance, harmony, and refinement. They do well in cities such as Vienna, Copenhagen, Charleston, and countries Burma, China, Tibet, Argentina, and Japan. I guess those countries and cities fit the Libra vibe. The Libra trees are almond, cypress, and ash. Copper is their metal. And where's their birthstone? Opal. Opal brings financial success, frees its wearer from jealousy and greed, and imparts clear insight. And Libra, your lucky numbers are 6 and 9. Which animals are ruled by Libra? Snakes and lizards. Okay, and what does it say here? Your most likable trait? Charm, just like I said. Okay, so we did talk there a little bit about Libras and how beautiful they are and how they love all the beautiful things. So I think what we'll do is we'll start this set off with some songs about attractive men and women. And I think the first song we're going to play is ZZ Top, Sharp Dressed Man. Nice 4 song set there. First, we heard ZZ Top's Sharp Dressed Man, followed by When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman by Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. Then Imelda May's, her song Big Bad Handsome Man. And the last song we heard was A Girl Like You by Edwin Collins. So, how many of you are rising Libras or have your moon in Libra? Does this make sense for you too? All of the things I have described? Air signs are so interesting. So let's talk a little bit about air signs. Air signs, as I mentioned before, are thinkers. They are able to live life through their mind, always thinking about things and coming up with ideas. So who are the air signs? The air signs are Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So, like I said, they're able to live life through their mind, thinking a lot, coming up with ideas. They're curious. They want to know the ins and outs, but they're not emotionally attached. In fact, they are rather detached when it comes to emotion. It's not that they lack emotion, they have it, but they think about it so much. They also, because they live in their heads and their minds so much, they don't like to get too heavy or let emotions rule them, because we tend to feel emotions more down in like our chest and our stomach, and they would rather reside up in the head, you know? So air signs are logical, and this can often make them seem a little aloof. All 3 air signs are humanitarians in their own way. They are also unpredictable and may struggle with finding love, though they do adore the idea of it. But sometimes the emotion of it all can be a bit too strong, and instead of feeling, they end up thinking about the feeling instead. So this is an area that needs to be worked on with air signs. It's all about finding that balance. And with Libra being the star of our show today, balance is a big theme here. Because of air signs' cool thinking and mental capacity, consider going to an air sign when you need help relaxing, or a voice of reason, or maybe an objective opinion, or just not to think about anything heavy. Get some comic relief from them. Most air signs have a great sense of humor. Air signs are so full of great ideas and strokes of genius that they often don't act upon them because they come so quickly. They come, they go, they come, they go. Like I said, they're thinking all the time. If the air signs could connect with the earth below them a bit more, get a bit more grounding is what I mean, you know, and actually act on one of their many grand ideas, they could be incredibly successful. And you know what? Many do. Many air signs do that, and they are successful because they are so smart. So there is a quick little snapshot of air signs. As I mentioned earlier, Libra is the cardinal sign of the air signs. So what does that mean exactly? There are 3 different types of signs in the zodiac. There's the cardinal, the fixed, and the mutable. Each element has one of each sign. So in the element of air, Libra is the cardinal sign, Gemini is the mutable, and Aquarius is the fixed. Cardinal signs are the first sign of the new season and are representative of new beginnings. Cardinal signs are natural leaders and initiators. They're ready to execute plans and will recruit or attract others to do the work or support their efforts. So they're good at pointing fingers and saying, hey, do this while they stand back. Outgoing and ambitious, they're active and they don't wait for others to make decisions for them. They start things and they get the ball rolling, usually as the head of the team, but they leave the things to be finished to others. Cardinal signs are influential people who actively transform other people's lives all the time. They're often described as bossy, relentless, or too opinionated. Once they have their sights set on something, get out of their way because they will get it, whatever it may be. So the 4 cardinal signs in the zodiac are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Cancer and Capricorn are zodiac opposites, and so are Aries and Libra. So typically, zodiac opposites get along extremely well because opposites attract. So again, we're talking about Libra today. So Libra's zodiac opposite is Aries. That's what cardinal signs are. You know what? And I'm going to tell you the rest. So what are fixed signs? Fixed signs mark the middle or peak of the season and are the preservers of the zodiac. They know that slow and steady wins the race, and they always finish what they start. They often finish what other people start, cardinals, as well. They're stable, determined, and they dislike change. They don't want routine or traditional ways to be disturbed or revamped. They are practical, persistent, and wildly stubborn. Fixed signs have strong opinions as well as cardinal signs do, but they're also very loyal and devoted, and you can rely on a fixed sign almost always. They're welcoming and accepting, incredibly patient, and full of purpose when it comes to action. They're determined to meet goals, and they do it no matter how long it takes. Fixed signs are consistent. So the fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Taurus and Scorpio are zodiac opposites, while Leo and Aquarius are zodiac opposites. And finally, the mutable signs. The mutable signs represent the end of the season and the moment before the new one begins, the transition. They are the adapters of the zodiac, and they know how to go with the flow. They adapt and accept. They end things to begin something else, or they change things into something else. They have changeable personalities too, and they can wear a hat for almost every type of person, so to speak. They're flexible, open-minded, well-liked. They're always willing to help and are incredibly resourceful. They bounce back well from setbacks and are versatile. Mutable signs can be both analytical and empathetic. They can also be deceptive, crafty, and undependable. They also have a tendency to be scatterbrained. The mutable signs of the zodiac are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Gemini and Sagittarius are zodiac opposites, while Virgo and Pisces are zodiac opposites. My mother-in-law is a Gemini, and my partner Will is a Sagittarius, and they just click. They get on so well. They think the same. It's interesting. And then but they're also polar opposites. So same goes for my sister, who is a Virgo, and her daughter, my niece, is a Pisces, another opposite relationship that is very harmonious. I read this recently online and I loved the analogy, so I'm going to share it with you guys right now. If you were putting together a record deal, for example, it would look like this. Cardinal signs would be the stars or the promoters or the trendsetters who create the act. Fixed signs would be the patient workhorses who produce the album. Mutable signs would be the editors who take the near finished product and do the final mastering and remixing. Great analogy there. And speaking of records, I think it's time to play some music. So I'm going to start this song set with some more Libra influenced jams. The first being Kind of, Sometimes, Maybe. Very Libra. That's a song that you're going to hear now by Jessie Ware. Hey, that was Make Up Your Mind and by Florence and the Machine. And before that, Balance by Future Islands. Speaking of balance, let's talk a little bit about spiritual balance. There are so many ways to find balance if we just take the time to do so. So a few things come to mind, and those are meditation, chakra alignment, Reiki, shadow work, and self-care. So let's start with the basics. I kind of look at it as I kind of look at it as a wheel of balance. So all of these main things in our life require a sense of balance to keep us feeling good, connected, and most importantly, not burnt out. And those main things are usually our sense of purpose and spirituality, rest and sleep, good nutrition and exercise, relationships with family, friends, and the community, your work, financial and career, intellectual stimulation, creativity, and play. All of them are incredibly important, but also they vary in importance from person to person. And when we are juggling all of them, and some require more attention than the others, or they start to demand that attention and dominate, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, our balance wheel goes out of whack. So while everyone's life and realities and responsibilities are different, they are all relative. And I think the biggest thing we all need to strive for is to take care of ourselves spiritually and be aware of who we are and how we are so we can maintain better balance for our lives, the people in our lives, and especially ourselves. One of the easiest ways to give ourselves some balance and growth with spirituality is meditation. I know I've mentioned this several times here on Celestial Sundays, but it's true. Meditation is truly a game changer, and all you need is about 10 minutes a day. Of course, you can go for much longer, but I know that can be hard sometimes because, again, this is all about balance, right? So 10 minutes is all you need to start to just sit and be, just be, to focus on your breath. Being aware of your breath forces you to be mindful, to fully be in the present. This is truly the key. Whenever you are conscious of your breath, you are fully present in that moment. I'm going to say that again. Whenever you are conscious of your breath, you are fully present in that moment. Let's give it a shot. You guys want to do that with me? So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath through the nose, hold on to it for about 4 seconds, and then exhale for about 4 seconds or longer. Okay? Are you ready? Here we go. And inhale through the nose. And exhale. Now, if you were to do that 10 times, that not only would bring some peace to your mind, your heart, your soul, it would actually help your physical body a lot as well. Your blood pressure will stabilize. You can feel the stress and tension points in your body relax. So definitely try and take deep breaths through your nose and exhale through your mouth. What's that saying? Inhale the good shit, exhale the bad shit. Pardon my French, but that's just the quote, isn't it? And hey, this is internet radio, so we can say what we want, sort of, to a point, I think. Okay, so anyway, 10 deep breaths like that, and that is going to be conscious breathing, and that is the beginning of meditation. So when you focus on breathing, you are living fully in the now. Do 10 deep breaths this way, and if you feel your mind start to wander, that's okay. Just let the thoughts go and bring it back to your breath, back to focusing on your breath. Our minds can't help but wander. That's what they do. So we have to train and discipline our minds with this. But even if you cannot quiet your mind on your own, download an app that has meditations or music like Calm, or go to YouTube and look up guided meditations or meditation music. I promise after 10 minutes of doing that every day, you will not only awaken more in your spirituality, but you will also find yourself more at peace, more aware, more compassionate, and more mindful. Speaking of mindful, just acknowledging the present moment and enjoying it and fully being in it no matter where you are or what you are doing is a form of meditation. Think about this. The present moment is all we have right now. When you dwell on the past or only focus on the future, you miss the beauty of now. I feel like we're always in such a hurry. We got to get this done. This is happening. Bah, 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 bah. Or, oh, I wish I had done that. Why didn't I do that? Man, no. When you do that, you got to slow down sometimes. Yes, it's important to plan for the future. Yes, it's healthy to reflect on things from the past so we learn from them, right? Absolutely. But if you are always living your life that way and you are not being mindful of the present moment, you are missing out on something special. The beauty of now. It is okay to just sit in the moment and soak it in. Whether you are in a conversation with someone or doing a mundane task, even if you are in a painful moment or something uncomfortable is happening, if you acknowledge that it's just a moment, it's just a moment. It's a way to stabilize and really think about the power of that moment, and then it will soon be gone. I want to share with you a quote from Eckhart Tolle. The quote is, "The moment that judgment stops through acceptance of what is, you are free of the mind." I love that. The moment that judgment stops through acceptance of what is, you are free of the mind. You just got to accept. That's why people say, it is what it is. So when you put the judgments away and just go, hey, it is, that's wonderful. That's acceptance. That comes with being fully present and mindful. When you start practicing mindfulness or doing a daily meditation, you are bringing about balance to your life. I strongly suggest checking out Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. It is a fantastic book, pretty famous book too, and it can really alter how you view things and live life. So something that goes hand in hand with meditation is your chakras. Now, I don't want to dive too deep into chakras and your body's energy centers because I intend to dedicate an entire episode to them, but I will definitely go over the basics here, and I'm sure I'll be mentioning chakras multiple times throughout the shows here on Celestial Sundays. So, first of all, what is a chakra? To put it super simple, it is an energy center in our body, and we have many, but the main 7 ones that people most frequently refer to are the ones I'll be touching on here. So chakra is a Sanskrit word that translates to wheel or disc. The chakra system holds your body's energy, and your actions can help keep it in balance. There are 7 main chakras that align along the spine, starting from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. The spheres run along the spine but extend through and past the front, back, and both sides of your body. Chakras are a spinning vortex of energy that is not seen by the human eye, but can be seen, felt, and sensed with intuition. This invisible healing energy is called prana, and it's a vital life force which keeps us vibrant, healthy, and alive. Each chakra has its own vibrational frequency, color, and governs specific functions of our spirit and human body. So, what are these 7 main chakras? I will start from the bottom and work my way up to the top. And we're going to start with the root chakra, the first one. The root chakra is located at the base of the spine, and it deals with survival instincts and our roots. It's our grounding chakra, and it is red in color, and it is usually blocked by fear. When the root chakra is open, we feel safe, at home, and there's a sense of security there. But if you're struggling with either anger problems, eating disorders, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, overthinking, or feeling detached emotionally, your root chakra may be blocked. Next is the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, located in the lower abdomen, deals with pleasure and self-worth. It governs sexuality, intuition, deep yearning, and satisfaction. It is orange in color, and it is usually blocked by guilt. When the sacral chakra is open and balanced, you feel confident and trusting your gut, and you feel present in your body. You feel creative and open to new experiences. You have no shame with your sensuality, you own it. But if your sacral chakra is blocked, you may feel guilt or embarrassment with your sensual side, even sexual incompatibility, no self confidence in your intuition, always doubting yourself, judging yourself about sexual matters. You don't feel motivated or inspired for your work. It even affects you physically with constipation, depression, UTIs, and fertility problems. The third one is your solar plexus chakra, and that's located in your upper abdomen, and it deals with willpower. It is yellow in color and governs impulse, inner strength, power, and ego. It is usually blocked. When your solar plexus chakra is balanced, you feel confident, motivated, purposeful, reliable, responsible. But when it's closed, you feel insecure, aggressive, and even hostile towards others, overbearing and dominating towards others, comparing yourself to others, and not honoring your personal power or giving your power away to someone is a sign of a blocked solar plexus chakra. When you empower others and are able to hold yourself accountable and feel confident in who you are, your solar plexus chakra is probably balanced. Next is the heart chakra. The heart chakra deals with, you guessed it, love. It is located in the center of the chest and it is green in color. It governs compassion, spirituality, and love. A heart chakra is usually blocked by grief. When our heart chakra is blocked, we lack empathy. We're overly self-critical as well as highly critical of others, demanding of others, and always playing the victim. When your heart chakra is balanced, you have empathy and compassion for others and yourself, and you're filled with love. You practice grace and understanding with others with a balanced heart chakra. And then the throat chakra is next. It deals with truth. It governs communication. I mean, makes sense, right? It's the throat. Expression and emotion. It is blue in color and usually blocked by lies. When your throat chakra is blocked, you may find it hard to speak your truth, fearful of repercussions. You also may find yourself telling lies and being paranoid and worried about the intentions of others or the judgment of others. You may even find it hard to get a sentence out without stuttering or stammering, or you may have a loss of words when it's necessary for you to defend yourself. A balanced throat chakra is open and balanced, and you are able to effectively communicate your needs, desires, your boundaries, your ideas, and you're able to express love freely. You feel at ease speaking your truth and are confident in your speech when your throat chakra is balanced and open. We're getting close to the end, guys. This being the second to last chakra, and that is the third eye chakra. This chakra deals with insight. It is located between the eyes, like where your pineal gland would be. It is purple in color and governs rationality, wisdom, imagination. Typically, when the third eye chakra is blocked, it's blocked by illusion. A sign of a blocked third eye chakra is being gullible, paranoid, and delusional. You also may find that you are ill a lot. An open, balanced third eye chakra will give you a heightened sense of self, seeing beyond the obvious and all the other underlying layers to a situation. You'll be able to manifest well. And finally, the last chakra is the crown chakra, and it deals with cosmic energy. It is located at the top of the head and governs connection with the divine. It is violet in color and is usually blocked by ego attachment. A sign of a blocked crown chakra is disconnection from your spirituality, no interest in it, isolation, emotional distress, and lack of inspiration. When your crown chakra is balanced, you feel a part of the world. You have a sense of understanding in regards to the universe and your spiritual journey. You feel a connection to your higher self and want to learn more and awaken more. Anytime a chakra becomes blocked, underactive, or overactive, it can throw you off balance physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So, generally speaking, when chakras are off, the body is excellent about communicating what ones are affected. We just need to be aware of what those seven main chakras are. When you consider all the signs you're experiencing, be they physical or not, odds are they're centered around the area of the affected chakra. And hopefully from what I just described, you might be thinking, "Oh, I think my blank chakra is blocked then," right? Kind of makes sense. Okay, so how do we get these pivotal energy centers in alignment so we can be more balanced? That's the question, right? How do we open them up and get them balanced? Well, to restore balance to the chakras, cleansing is definitely needed, and a lot of the time, meditation is used for that. Surprise. There are other energy healings as well, such as Reiki, Tai Chi, yoga, conscious breathing, like we talked about earlier, even aromatherapy, and healing crystals and stones. So, in order to restore positive balance to the affected energy center, the entire blockage and or negativity must be removed. I personally have had my chakras cleansed and balanced by a psychic. And it's actually the same psychic, Patty, who did my Akashic Records reading that I talked about last week. And when she did clear my chakras, oh my gosh, it was such an incredible sensation. I mean, better than a massage. And it was so quick, though. That's the only thing. It was so quick. But I felt my whole energy shift and get lighter. And it was just such an intoxicating feeling. I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it. Oh, such relief. I would love for her to do that again. Okay, time to give old moonlit Brit's voice a break here. Let's play some music. I'm ready for some reggae. And in keeping with the Libra theme with balance and scales, let's steer this first song towards the justice part of the scales. Here is Tightrope by Steel Pulse. Hey, we are back here on Celestial Sundays. I am Moonlit Brit, and I appreciate you tuning in here on Shady Pines Radio. You just heard Neil Young with his song Ohio, and before that was Zebra by the John Butler Trio. And you might have heard that cool little echoey Shady Pines Radio thing right there. I am going to be playing some promotional stuff from here on out on the show for our other shows here on Shady Pines. So just be prepared to hear some of those. The show's not over. You're just hearing a little promo. So speaking of which, later today we have the Midnight Afternoons with DJ Kennedy at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'm stoked to hear it. It's a fairly new show, so please tune in today at 3 and show DJ Kennedy some love. Then, after Midnight Afternoons, the Soju Hour begins at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't miss it. It's an incredibly entertaining show. Also, in case you didn't know, Shady Pines Radio is on Patreon now. So if you are loving the content on this badass radio station, please consider becoming a Patreon. You get lots of goodies for doing so. And you can find out more at www.shadypinesradio.com. All right, so we just discussed chakras and mindfulness in regards to spiritual balance, but what are some other ways we can balance ourselves? I mentioned Reiki before that. For those that are not familiar with Reiki, it's a Japanese form of energy healing. Reiki practitioners use a technique called palm healing or hands-on healing, through which a universal energy is said to be transferred through the palms of the practitioner to the patient in order to encourage emotional or physical healing. So these Reiki practitioners are moving certain negative or harmful energies out of your body and away from you with their palms in these really cool kind of sweeping and jutting motions with their hands. Another form of energy healing I wanted to discuss today was toxic positivity. Yes, I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's a thing. Toxic positivity is where you refuse to acknowledge any darkness or negativity and shun others who may have something negative going on in their lives, or shun it in your own life. Love and light are fantastic and great, and yes, the ultimate goal, but the human experience also has a dark side, and the trick is to learn how to navigate the dark side without putting too much focus on it and letting it rule or run our lives, but instead being aware of those dark traits and learning how to tame them or harness them. And this is often called shadow work. So, how do we do shadow work? Well, first of all, shadow work is vital to learning what it is that triggers us. The things we may not be proud of, the things we feel we need to suppress or that are frowned upon by people close to us, our family, or even by society. It's that common adage of, why am I like this? Well, the easiest way to get started with shadow work is by doing journal prompts. I have a list of shadow work questions that I will post on my Facebook page and my Instagram for you guys to use, and I will read them here as well. If you aren't on social media and would like these journal prompts, shoot me an email at celestialsundays@gmail.com requesting the list, and I'll go ahead and send it to you. So here are some of those journal prompts that will help you get to the root and heart of some of your more negative behaviors. The first one being, how does the feeling of envy show up in my life? Where does the envy that I'm feeling stem from? How would I feel if I obtained the things that I'm envious of? How can I be kinder to myself? In what ways do I consciously or unconsciously punish myself? What is something that I should forgive myself for? Why haven't I forgiven myself before? And can I forgive myself now? What is my definition of failure? What's something that I've failed at previously? And what emotions did I feel? How do I move forward from failure? What unhealthy attachments, things, places, and or people do I hold on to? What fears do I have around the idea of ending these attachments? What do I have to gain from ending these attachments? What negative emotions am I most comfortable feeling? That's a good one. How often and why do these emotions show up in my day to day? In what ways do I hold myself to a higher standard than others and vice versa? How can I equal out the playing field? What is a grudge or incident that I'm holding on to? Why do I choose to hold on to this weight? How can I let this weight go? How do I show up for others but fall short on showing up for myself? How important am I to myself? How do I prioritize myself? How do I rate importance? Okay, so I know that was a series of questions that are intense, and they are meant to make you think and to make you face the things that make you uncomfortable, things that you kind of try to push out of your mind. But by doing shadow work, you're allowing yourself to heal, and you're allowing to look at those reasons, and you're breaking it down and stripping it down and looking at what made you like this. Why do you have these things going on with you? And it will also help you to embrace the light. So when I said toxic positivity earlier, I'm referring to those that you talk to and you have something that you really need to talk to a friend about, or something going on, and they're just like, oh, it's going to be fine. Just keep on smiling. You can do it. And it's very dismissive, isn't it? And while they do have a wonderful point that you should stay positive and look for the good and have a good attitude, it's only natural and only human for us to feel heavy things and negative things that aren't always the most positive. The trick is not to dwell on them, to acknowledge them, to see them the way they are, and to let them go. I'm actually trying to find something I found that I thought was perfect for this. Oh, here it is. Feel the feeling, but don't become the emotion. Witness it, allow it, and release it. So, yes, we're human beings. We're living on planet Earth. There's a lot of bad things going on. There's also a lot of good. But right now, it's tumultuous times, and we're going to feel things that might not be pleasant to feel. So, it's so important to feel the feeling, but don't become the emotion. We can only change the world by being positive, starting with yourself. You've got to have a good attitude and start with yourself. You've got to radiate love and light, yes, but you also have to acknowledge your shadow as well. And the only way that you can ascend and awaken and enlighten yourself and grow spiritually and balance yourself is if you acknowledge the dark and work on your shadows. It's so important. So, so important. So, that being said, I'm going to play some tunes. And what should I play next? I've got some fun ones that I've been wanting to play because Libra is ruled by Venus, is it not? So why don't we play some tunes with Venus in the name? Can you guess what I'm going to play? Here you go. Enjoy. That ad is something. Makes me laugh. You just heard Venus by Shocking Blue, Venus as a Boy by Bjork, and 53 Miles West of Venus by the B-52s. We are coming to a close here on Celestial Sundays, and while I wanted to talk about retrogrades, it's looking like that will have to wait for another time, which is totally fine. Shady Pines Radio has some pretty great shows today, so I hope you stay tuned after I leave to catch the magic of the Groove Family Hour with Andy. But before we depart, I want to take this time to wish two dear friends of mine a very happy birthday. My friend Courtney just celebrated her birthday on the 24th, and my friend Spencer had his birthday the next day on the 25th. You are both such cool, dope souls, and you have enriched my life for the better in a myriad of ways. I am honored and blessed to call you my friends. If you guys ever want to make a dedication, go ahead and throw me a message on social media or in my email, and I would be happy to spread the love for you guys. This next song I am going to dedicate especially to Spencer. The lyrics talk about balance, and it's a brand new song from a brand new album from one of our most favorite bands in the world. The song is called Genesis. It's by the Deftones, and it's on their new album, Alms. Cheers to you, Spencer. I love you, man. Anyway, thanks you guys for tuning in today. Many blessings and love to all of you. I hope you learned something today, and I appreciate you spending your Sunday morning with me. Be well and have a fabulous rest of your day.